All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. So this is kind of an impromptu Zoom that I really felt like we needed to get out there as soon as possible with things just really booming in Canada. So the time of this Zoom right now is December. We launched in August of this year, August of 2021 in Canada. And I feel like for some people, it was a little bit slow getting started. And I think that was just kind of getting the product out there, getting it on people, letting them try it. And it is really beginning to boom right now. So we're just a few months in. And like I said, things are just really taking off. Now, we had, within the first month, we had a handful of team leaders over in Canada, and one lady who led a Connect the Dots training last week, she promoted to senior director by the end of her second month, which absolutely just blows me away. That's incredible. I am so proud of her. That's just insane growth. But I want to just share something before I even get into any information, because I'm going to share a lot in this Zoom, but I do want to make it very clear that the success or failure of each individual stylist is solely based upon their commitment and their effort with their personal business. So, success for someone might not look the same for somebody else, because other people might put in more time, or maybe they started their business and had a huge following versus somebody, who started brand new from the ground up. So our success in our business is 110% up to us and our commitment and, the time that we set aside to work our business. And something that I say all the time, and it's so true, is if you work this business as a business, you will get paid as a business. If you work it as a hobby, you will get paid as a hobby. So that's just, just food for thought. And hobbyists are great. I personally started as a hobbyist, and look at me now, 3+ years in, leading an executive team. And I haven't looked back. I absolutely love it. I'm so passionate about Color Street, as are so many amazing people on Team No Excuses and Color Street in general. And so I wanted to share just a tiny bit about my personal story and how I got started, just to kind of give you all some inspiration as new stylists, or maybe new leaders, or maybe, seasoned stylists that have been around. So I started in August of 2018. I started because I was a diehard gel polish girl, and my daughter was 2. And it got to the point where I could not justify spending an hour plus at the salon, paying that price, and trying to bring my 2-year-old with me. And if I wasn't bringing her with me, I was trying to find somebody to babysit her. So then I've got the salon fee, I've got the time that I'm committing to that, plus the babysitter. And I was like, okay, this is not okay. I saw somebody post about this dry polish stuff. I had to get a sample. I got a sample. I signed up to host a party immediately. I had a huge response from my party, and she said, you should really just sign up. I laughed at her. I didn't have time. And I jumped in. I said, fine, I'll do it just for the discount so I can get these dang nails for free. I found out about our Jumpstart program, which if you've never heard about our Jumpstart program, you have to look into that. There's so much information out there. I'm not going to waste time on it. But I found out about our Jumpstarts, and I love a challenge. I challenged myself to achieve all of those Jumpstarts only because I wanted the free nails. That was more free nails that I could have in my stash that I didn't have to buy. So set a goal. I achieved every single Jumpstart. We have sales jump starts and we have enrolling jump starts. I achieved all 3 of each of those. By the end of my 3rd month, I was a team leader. And what I didn't realize is Color Street was setting me up for long-term huge success by those jump starts. So that's a little bit about me. Like I said, I hit team leader my 3rd month. In December of the year that I joined, I hit director with a team of 28. In February, so 6 months in, I hit senior director with a team of 53, and we became an executive team with 168 stylists on November 30th of 2019. So, there's so much potential in this, and I didn't get in with a ground floor opportunity like Canada is. And I look back at myself and the excitement and the passion that I had when I started, with the company already being, over a year old when I started. And I think about Canada and the potential over there, where this truly is a ground floor opportunity. This just launched in Canada a few months ago. So I just felt like, hearing the success of these Canadian stylists, I said, we have to get this out there. We have to share this with people, because there is just so much potential that it literally like makes my heart explode and makes me excited and makes my hands sweat, because I get so excited about it. So I want to talk to you guys just a little bit and put some numbers into perspective. Now, with our income disclosure, this is all US dollar based. So you would have to do the Canadian conversion with the average monthly incomes. But this is, a Color Street document, and I am sharing numbers based upon other stylists. And like I said, these numbers that I'm going to read to you, this success is solely dependent on the stylist and the commitment to their business. So let's just say team leader, for instance. So I told you guys my 3rd month, I was a team leader. The average monthly income for a team leader is $716. Now, I just told you guys that we already have a Canadian stylist who has promoted to the rank of senior director. Senior director average monthly income is $2,949. You guys, when I heard, that's what sparked the fire for this training. When I was listening to that leader on Connect the Dots, which if you're not a current stylist, Connect the Dots is something that Color Street offers us on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, and it's open to the entire field. Every active stylist can listen to those trainings. And when I heard that woman speaking and she shared that she promoted to a senior director her 2nd month, I said, this is incredible. This cannot be brushed under the rug. We have to connect with these Canadian stylists and potential Canadian stylists, just to let you guys know. $2,900 a month could change somebody's life. That could change your situation. That could do huge things for you and your family. And I feel like it's selfish of us not to share an opportunity that could change your life that significantly. So, all right. Those of you that may be viewing this that are not current stylists, we make a base 25% commission off of all of our sales, with the option of earning enhanced commission, which would be up to 35% of our sales. Also, stylists are allowed to have a party link open for ourselves at all times, which means we are not only earning commission off of our sales, but we are earning hostess rewards off of our sales. And then I talked a little bit about the jump starts. With the jump starts, there are jump starts at 35 days, 65 days, and 95 days. And each of those are different. So you could, possibly miss your 35-day jump start, but then earn your 65 and 95, or vice versa. You don't have to earn all of them to earn the rewards. And with that, you can earn product credit. And then one of the enrolling jump starts is a cash bonus, where you can earn $200 cash or $100 cash, and that's US dollars. So again, you'd have to do the conversion for Canadian. So there is a lot of potential with this business. And let me just tell you, coming from someone who has done other direct sales, much like a lot of other leaders within Color Street, we all feel that Color Street truly is the simplest business out there. I've been part of health and wellness. I've been part of clothing. I've been part of quite a few different things. And I kick myself in the butt because I wish I had found out about Color Street before they even launched and had the opportunity to jump on board, because I could not even imagine where I would be now. But the good thing is I started when I did, and I'm here now, and there's no looking back. So something that I want you guys to remember also, since I'm kind of talking all about money right now, I want you guys to remember that business success is not 100% sales. So something that is huge, and a lot of people that are already Canadian stylists, this because you may not have started with booming sales, but you did start by sampling people, by expanding your network, by getting new VIPs, by asking friends and family for referrals and to share your business, booking parties. So those are things that you really want to focus on as a brand new stylist in Canada, because it's a ground for opportunity. They don't know about Color Street over there. So you've got to get that product on people's fingers so that they can see the magic of what this polish is all about and how long it lasts, because truly that's where the magic happens, is getting the polish on fingers. So just make sure that you are sampling everyone, that you are always expanding your network and getting new VIPs. And the easiest way to do that is to reach out to your friends and family and say, hey sis, I just launched this new business. I would appreciate you so much if you would share a picture of your nails on your personal page, tag me in my VIP group, and invite 20 of your closest friends to my VIP group. And you know what? I'm going to drop some accent nails in the mail for you, or I'm going to drop a free set of nails in the mail for you as a thank you for helping me spread my business. When you ask people for help, 9 times out of 10, they are not going to turn you down. Now, don't just make a post in your VIP group and say something, because a lot of times people are just going to keep scrolling. They're going to say, oh, she ain't talking to me, she's talking to somebody else. But when you directly ask somebody for help, they are more than willing to help you. You need to be sure that you set goals and create a vision with your business. Know where you are going from the beginning. Think about when you get in the car and you're going to travel across country and you don't have a map. You might eventually get there, but you're going to get there a heck of a lot faster if you have a map, you know where you're going. So you have to set goals in your business and you have to have a vision. Where do you want to be 3 months from now? What do you want out of this business? Is there a specific income that you would like? Are you wanting to try to build confidence? Are you just wanting an outlet for you because you're a stay-at-home mom and you need some girl time? Do you need the support in the community that Color Street offers? I mean, what is it that you want from this business? Think about that and write it down. There's something magical that happens when you write things down, trust me. But fill out a Frank's list. If you have not heard about this, it is in our new stylist onboarding, but it's basically just friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and kid connections. So it's a way for you to go through and think, okay, friends, write down as many friends as you can, write down as many relatives as you can, acquaintances, neighbors, connections through your kids, people at church, people at the gym, anybody you know. It's basically a way to write down every person that you can message and let them know about your business. I wish I still had the paper that I used when I started, but I had probably 20 sheets of paper and I wrote down every name. I went through my contacts in my phone. I went through my Facebook friends. I went through everything and I wrote down names, and then I went through and I copied and pasted the same message and I changed out the name and let them know that I had started a new adventure, that I was having my launch party, and asked them if I could send them a free sample to try. And that's how I got things rolling. As I talked to them, I highlighted it off, and then I would put, sample, and then I would follow up and make sure they got their sample, and then they would end up ordering, and then I would ask them to host. And that's how I got my business going. And like I said, I was on a mission to achieve those jump starts. That's the only reason I hit the ground running like that. I joined for the discount. I did not join to grow a business. I did not join, for anything significant. But just messaging those people and making those connections is what I attribute my success to, and challenging myself to reach the jump starts. So even if you are a stylist already, you can still challenge yourself to achieve the jump starts. I mean, you're not going to get the jump start rewards if you achieve them, but mentally you can do that for yourself and say, okay, well, starting today, I'm going to give myself 35 days to sell 1,000 PV. Okay, within the next 65 days, I want to sell 2,500 PV. I mean, that's what you do, is you break it down and you push yourself to do that. Now, if you are still within your jumpstart period, it's not too late to get those enrollments to achieve the PV that you need to earn those product credits. So look at that. You can find that in the virtual office. If you go to team and then jumpstarts, you can find your jumpstart dates there. But you should be sampling everyone and leading with the business. So when you approach someone, maybe you're in public, or maybe it's someone in your VIP group, or maybe it's someone that your sister refers to you, the easiest way to bring up the business is on your sample request form. So if you don't have a Google form for samples, you should create one. On mine, I can actually share it. I'll link it to this video where you can pull up mine and look at it. But I have an option on there that says, would you like to earn free nails by sharing Color Street with your friends and family? And if they check yes, then I will message them and I will say, hey, Danielle, I'm preparing your sample to drop in the mail, and I see that you are interested in earning free nails by sharing Color Street. There's 2 ways that you can do that. The first one is my favorite. that is by signing up to start your own business and becoming a stylist, getting paid to wear and share the polish. If you're not interested in that one, I can let you know about the other option. Then you just kind of leave it there. You see what they say, open that conversation. And then if they say, it's just not a fit for me, you can actually start that conversation. They may say, well, I just really don't have time. Okay, well, guess what? Oh my gosh, that was the reason that I almost didn't start my business, because I didn't have time either. But this is what I have found after starting this business. And then you can kind of go into that and let them know, because a lot of times people are just wired to say no. They will come up with an excuse of why it's not going to work for them. And when that happens, you can overcome that objection and let them know, okay, well, here's X, Y, and Z. You'll have to fill in the blanks. But if they're like, oh, heck no, I don't want to do this. You don't want to keep pushing someone, to start a business. You've planted that seed. That's what your job is. Then you can ask them about a party. You can say, well, the second option is to do a party. And there's several ways to do that. We can do a catalog party. We can do an in-home party. We can do an online party. You can co-host a game night with me. We can do a mega party. We can do a battle of the hostess party where you can get your best friend and you guys can battle it out in the same party. There's so many ways to do parties. You can do basket parties where you send your inventory with one of your friends if they work like at a school or an office or something like that. So parties, there are so many ways to do parties. But leading with the business is most important, just getting that business opportunity out there and planting that seed. Be sure that you are sharing on your personal page, that you are sharing on your stories, you're sharing on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, whatever platforms you use, you need to be sharing. You need to be sharing your nail fees, sharing about the business, sharing about your successes. The only thing is you cannot share any type of discounts, deals, giveaways, anything like that on a public platform. So if when you go to post, you think, oh, this could potentially take away business from another stylist, don't do it. That's basically what Color Street, why they put that into place, is because they hold us stylists to a very high standard. We can't go on, public Facebook page and say, I'm having an inventory sale and I'm selling all my nails for $5 each. Which ones do you want? Because that could take away from a fellow stylist. So that's why they do that. It's not to try to stall our business or anything. It's just to make it a level playing ground for all stylists. So I appreciate that they do that because, some months are tougher than others. And maybe one month I can't afford to do deals on my inventory, but maybe, a fellow stylist in my community can do it and she's taking my business. So you see what I'm saying there? All right. So ask your friends and family for referrals, and you can even give them a gift for referring. You could tell them, I'm really looking to grow my business. I would love to get 50 new VIPs in the month of December. I could use your help. Invite 10 people to my group and I will drop some accent nails in the mail for you. If your budget allows and you want to send them a full set for helping you, tell them, I'll drop a full set in the mail for you, but I would like for you to share a nail fee on your public page and tag me. And I would also like for you to invite 15 people to my VIP group. You guys, if you are not ready to start partying right away, that is how you can party without partying, because the whole point of parties is to expand your network, grow your circle, meet new people. I know we all would love to have sales from parties, but my intent with parties is to meet new people. Every party I have, I message every single person that is in that Facebook group and I connect with them. I offer samples. I invite them to my VIP. I ask them if they want to order. So you have to be intentional. You have to be making those connections. And if you can get your sister, your best friend, your cousin to post a nail fee on their personal page and invite 15 people to your VIP group, you've just had a party. Because if you are doing your job and connecting with all 15 people, you are going to get orders, but you're probably going to have to start with getting samples on people. Then the orders will come. So you're going to have to follow up and reach out to them, but it will happen. Utilize your resources. So we have the amazing Color Street app. We have Connect the Dots every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have Tuesday trainings from corporate. And the trainings that corporate offers are amazing, you guys. If you aren't able to tune in live, you can always catch the replay. The replays are available for every training out there. Utilize team spaces. So that was something back when I started, you guys, there was barely any support in team spaces. So in Team No Excuses, I built that group from the ground up because we didn't have anything like Team No Excuses back when I started. So that's a blessing for anybody that joins now, is that So many leaders have phenomenal team spaces because they have built them from the ground up, because we did not have all of this. We didn't have an app back then. We didn't have connect the dots. We didn't have team spaces that were bursting with resources. We didn't have all this stuff. So Team No Excuses has been built from the ground up with 3+ years of resources that have been poured into that group. So utilize those team spaces. Your team chat, you are probably part of several chats. If you're not a stylist yet, congratulations. When you join, you are going to be bombarded with support. I'm telling you guys, coming from other direct sales and starting Color Street, I was like, wow, this is a breath of fresh air. Like, it is a good problem when you have too much support, when you have too many people that want success for you, when you have too many people that are doing trainings, when you have so much that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to prioritize, which training am I going to listen to today? Like, there is so much support out there. It is incredible. I love it. It's a very good problem to have. Lastly, lean on your enroller. That's what they are there for. Do not ever, ever, ever feel like that you are bugging your enroller. I'm telling you, coming from a leader, nothing warms my heart than a new stylist asking me questions. And I'm sure I can speak for almost every leader when I say that. We love an eager new stylist that is ready to hit the ground running and has questions for us, because when new stylists have questions, that means that they are learning. That means that they are growing. That means that they are pushing for success. And that makes us happy as leaders. So don't ever feel like that you are bugging your enroller, because you're not. I promise you, you are not. Okay. So the last thing that I have on here is party, 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 and be intentional with it. I already talked about this a little bit earlier, and I am kind of getting close to the end. So anybody that's on here live with me, if you have stuff you want me to add, put it in the chat. If you want to speak on here, I'm perfectly fine with opening that up too. You can just do the little like raise your hand emoji thing on your square, so I know that you want to talk, so I don't sit here in awkward silence waiting. But partying, be intentional and message every guest. So for a long time, years ago, I used to do mega parties where I would have 6 to 10 hostesses all in one party group. And it was great. I got a lot of sales. I would max out the comp plan. That would be 2,400 plus in sales. But what I missed out on is hundreds and hundreds of potential customers, because I was focused on sales. I wanted those sales. That was my only goal with those parties. And so I pumped the brakes a while back. Probably months ago, I pumped the brakes and I went back to doing single host parties. My sales are not as high as they used to be. But what I realized is I had to get back to those basics, what I was telling you guys, and celebrating those successes of sending out samples, expanding my network, getting new VIPs, and booking those parties. Because ultimately, if all of those things are happening month after month after month, the sales are going to come, the parties are going to come, the enrollments are going to come. But when we stop making those connections, meeting new people, following up with people, putting those samples on people, that's when that wheel slows down and it starts to get a little rusty and it's hard to get it back going. So you want to make sure that you are not getting away from the basics of this business, and that you are your biggest cheerleader and you are celebrating every sample that goes out of your house or goes onto a finger out in public, because that's another thing. Don't be afraid to pull out a sample and put it on somebody in public. I mean, I've got totally messed up nails right now because I did a vendor event yesterday. And I kept putting samples on myself because it was an outdoor event. I was inside of a building, but the people were coming in with gloves on and they were cold and they were like, oh no, I don't want to take my gloves off, or no, my hands are cold. And the nails do not go on well when hands are cold. So I was like, you know what? Since you're here, let me just put one on myself so I can show you. And you guys wouldn't believe how many people gave me that aha moment where it was like, that's it. It's dry. You're touching it. Like, you just put that on and you're touching it. Wait, so you can go and like change a diaper, go to bed? I'm like, yeah, I can. Yes. So put those samples on people and don't be afraid to do it out in public. People compliment my nails all the time. You will never catch me with a solid set of Color Straight on, ever. I do mixed manis. I do nails to where people are going to look and compliment my nails. That is my goal every time I put Color Straight on. And people compliment me in public. I used to have a big old spiel that I said to them, and I was like, I am really word vomiting. So you know what I say now? People will say, oh my gosh, your nails are so cute. I'm like, thank you so much. I did them at home. And they're like, what? So yeah, I did them at home myself. How'd you do those? It's Color Street. It's dry polish. Have you ever heard of it? No. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I actually have one sample in my purse. And then I dig through my purse and I pull it out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have one. Do you mind if I put this on you? There you go. You guys, it is simple. Seriously, it is simple. It's not like you are sharing health and wellness products or, something that is hard to share. It is nail polish. We are wearing and sharing. We're a walking advertisement everywhere we go. Our nails are complimented. They start conversations. All we have to do is open our mouth and talk. And one of the top leaders in Color Street, she said something at conference that has stuck with me since then. And she said, if you come within 3 feet of me, you have stepped into my office and I am talking to you about Color Street. And I'm like, that is very good advice. And she is a Diamond National, which is the very top rank of Color Street. And she is the bomb. So anytime you are out and somebody steps in your zone, talk to them. Talk to them about Color Street. Talk to them about this business and how it's changed your life, how you have a sisterhood, how you have more friends now than you ever have, how you have found confidence in yourself. I mean, whatever it is that this business has done for you, share it. And don't be afraid. If you are a current stylist right now and you are watching this, don't be afraid to share the business. I feel like if the person that shared this business with me had never shared with me, I would not be where I am now. And this business is everything that I never knew that I needed. And at the time, I was working full-time as a nurse. I was running my husband's construction company. We have 3 kids. Our 2 older kids were in travel baseball. I was working another network marketing company. I did not have time, but I'm like, if she had not shared this with me, I wouldn't be where I am now. And I feel very humbled and very blessed to be in the position that I'm in, surrounded by the amazing team that I get to do life with every day, the huge group of VIPs that support me, and just everything that Color Street has done for my life. So don't be selfish with it. And if you don't share the business with every person you come in contact with, you are being selfish and you are making their decision for them. So don't be afraid, oh my gosh, well, what if they say no? Well, that's okay, because in this type of business, you're probably going to hear no 9 times out of 10, maybe 8 times out of 10. But we're just wired to say no. And I heard something the other day about asking people to do a party, and it was changing up the verbiage. And I was like, that makes so much sense. But she had said, instead of, would you host a party? Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to get together with your friends online and earn some free nails? And all she did was changed up the verbiage. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird to think about, going from, would you host a party, instead saying, hey, Danielle, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to get together with your friends and do an online nail bar, or get together with your friends and earn some free nails doing an online game night? I mean, just changing up your verbiage and your approach could do so much. And you can do that with the business as well. But another like kind of nerdy analogy that I heard a while back about offering the business is thinking about yourself as a waitress. And I know me personally, like, I follow a very strict diet and I don't ever eat sugar. I don't ever eat gluten. I don't ever eat dessert. But when I go to a restaurant, like a sit down restaurant, I'm typically offered dessert at the end of every single meal. Did you save room for dessert? Oh, no, thanks. Does the waitress go and like cry and say, I'm never going to offer dessert to any other table that I have because this one person told me no? No, they don't. It's part of their job. And we need to look at it that way when it comes to Color Street. It's part of our job to share the business, to ask people to party, to send out samples, ask people if they want to try a free sample. It's part of our job. We can't take it personal if somebody tells us no. It's going to happen. But just changing up the verbiage. Like when I am pushing to send out samples, I typically say, hey, Carrie, I'm headed to the post office this afternoon with some free accent nails. What's your address? I would love to send you a set as well. And they always send me their address. Like, it's just changing up that verbiage and the way that you approach it. And people are not going to tell you no. So I hope that you guys were able to take something from this. If you have questions, you guys can shoot me a message. You can, put them in the chat and I will go back and answer them. But I just feel like there really is so much potential in Canada right now. And you guys are very, very blessed to have the opportunity to be in on this ground floor opportunity. It's just, it's crazy. I think to myself, if I was a Canadian, oh my gosh, what would I be doing? I would be eating, sleeping, and breathing Color Street right now, because you guys just, I mean, the lady becoming a senior director her second month, I'm like, wow. I mean, I had 53 people on Team No Excuses when we became a senior director team. So that means that that lady and her team enrolled probably 50 people, in 2 months. Like, it's just crazy. And when Color Street first started in the US, there were leaders that hit team leader the day the company launched, people that hit director the day the company launched, because it was a ground floor opportunity. It was brand new. And they had built their team before launch day. And then launch day came and it was boom, 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 and roll and roll and roll. And it's like, bam, okay, you're a director. Like, it's just, it's crazy. And if team building is something that interests you, I encourage you to get with your enroller and talk to them about it. If you are a potential stylist and you are thinking about jumping in, you need to get with the person that shared this business opportunity with you and get your questions answered. You could get with, the person that shared the business with you and their enroller. Get in a group chat and get all of your questions answered. But this business truly is the simplest business that I've ever been part of. And that's the easiest way for me to put it, is that the simplicity of this business is just unheard of. We seriously just wear and share polish, and it is an affordable, consumable product that people want. You don't have to feel spammy, getting in somebody's inbox. Oh, try my skinny coffee, or, oh my gosh, do you want to try this pill that makes you lose a pound a week? Or will you try my wrap? I mean, I feel like it's nail polish. Everybody can use nail polish. You can use it on, us. You can market it to men, for their mom, for their wife, for their girlfriend. I mean, everybody can use nail polish. So you can seriously share it with everybody. So let me look at the chat really quick. Anne says, don't take the no or rejection personal. Follow up in a few weeks. Yes, absolutely. And once you plant that seed, they'll probably be thinking about it. So yeah, don't give up on people. And don't be afraid to make a list with your dream team. You can write down people that you think would be a good stylist, and write it down and look at that every day. If you are a prayer, pray about it, but write that down and go after those people. I mean, and don't be afraid to say, Anne, I have to share this business with you and how it has changed my life. You are so outgoing and friendly. You put the best manicures on. I want you on my team. I know you would do well at this. Sometimes just sharing it with someone, telling them why you think they would be good at it, and letting them know that you believe in them is really all they need to hear. And that's already kind of giving them a look at the community and the sisterhood that they will be part of when they become a stylist. And sometimes I feel spammy when I talk about the community and the sisterhood, because only people that are part of Color Street can relate. Only people that are part of Color Street know what I'm talking about, but it truly is life-changing. And I tell people all the time, you can take everything away from me tomorrow in this business, but don't take the community, because that is what keeps me showing up every day and keeps me pushing when times get tough. So, Carrie said the graphics groups and calendars to stay on track. Don't recreate the wheel. Yes, I totally forgot to talk to you guys about that. So, if you're seeing this, you're probably part of somebody's VIP group, and you probably see nail fees in there and these amazingly beautiful graphics and, all the things. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, how does Carrie have time to create all this? How does Carrie have time for this? We have so many graphics groups that are filled with all those graphics and all those nail fees that you see in the VIP groups, that all we have to do is go in there and browse, save, post it. And you can schedule it in your VIP group. So you might think, I don't have time. Well, maybe on Sundays, you have 30 minutes of time to work your business, and you can sit down on Sunday for that 30 minutes and schedule out a week or 2 weeks worth of content in your VIP group. So while you're working and parenting and wifing and doing life, your business is running and you're just out there living life. So yes, the graphics groups are amazing. We have VIP calendars that have ideas for each different day of different stuff that you can do in your VIP group. And we have tons of nail fee groups. So if you want to share like some fun mixed manis, go in those nail fee groups. Just beware, you might want to set a timer because you're going to get lost in the nail fee groups and the graphics groups because they're amazing and they're filled with so much content. Let's see. Yes, and Lindsay, I'm recording this and I will be sharing the link to that so you can share it with your girls that weren't able to join live. So I don't see any other questions. If you guys do think of anything, you are free to message me directly, or you can, drop your comment and I will come back and reply to that. But it truly is an amazing opportunity and I encourage you to take some time to look into it and see if it might be a fit for you. And if you are already a Canadian stylist, oh my gosh, I wish I was you. That's all I can say is I wish I was in your shoes because I would be hitting the ground running. I would be talking to every single person that I came across. I would be messaging every single person that I have on Facebook, every person that's in my contacts. I seriously, I would be probably not sleeping. And that's no joke. I would be hitting the ground running. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for taking time out to hang out with me and listen to what I have to say. And again, reach out if you have any questions. And to all the Canadian stylists, I am praying abundance and success over your business and confidence in you to go after whatever it is that you have for your goals and your vision with your business. You got this. And I will talk to you all soon.